Jon Martin, and I am with M3 Multifamily. We are a small company. We're an owner-operator of apartment buildings, and we own apartment buildings in Tucson, Arizona, Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee. And for the first time in our history, we decided to construct an apartment building from scratch. And so it was for a first project, it was fairly large, and we wanted to make sure we got it right, especially on the technology front, because it just means so much to apartment residents to have good internet speed and convenient access to Wi-Fi and and good home security. At Solstice Marana, as I said, it was our first new build, and so part of the challenge is we're learning how to provide technology in the correct way at a cutting edge at an apartment building where we really wanted to exceed what's offered in the marketplace. Most managed Wi-Fi communities are mid-rises or high-rises where you have a lot of density, and ours is the opposite. We're a two-story garden-style apartment building. So what RealtyCom really did for us is that they started off providing a set of low-voltage plans that were detailed plans so that the builder could build off of them, but they were also very straightforward and easy to understand. The second thing RealtyCom did, which we never could have done by ourselves, is to take for a managed Wi-Fi community, you need to partner up with a provider, an internet provider, and they were able to solicit the bids from different providers who wanted to be the internet provider for Solstice Apartments, and helped us determine which solution was best for us. That was a really big part of the process, actually. I would say one of the really important things they did for us was hosting regular calls with the internet provider, the designers involved, consultants, architects, so forth, and the installers, because there are quite a few people involved in making something like this happen. You'd be surprised at how many different people are there. And so at the beginning, we had a weekly call where the internet provider was on, their team was on, the installers were on, and the architect was on. And that was super helpful to keep everybody on the same page and keep this thing moving forward. What we wanted was a seamless experience. So picture a resident living in her apartment, and she's going to go to the pool, and then she's going to visit the dog park. She's going to need to get access control through gates and security and stuff like that. And we wanted all of that to work very simply and without multiple types of controls, without having to remember codes and so forth. And so I think the managed Wi-Fi achieved that, because what each resident is able to do is have their own private Wi-Fi account that's private to them in their apartment. But as they move around the property, then they carry their devices with them and still are able, through the fabric of the managed Wi-Fi, to access their private account. And that so far is working great. We have about a third of the property completed and about a third of the property occupied, and we've had no complaints at all about managed Wi-Fi. And at Solstice, we had a vision for having cutting-edge technology for our residents that was inexpensive and super convenient and worked all the time. So RealtyCom absolutely helped us achieve that dream. And I would say they started by helping us with a lot of cost data. RealtyCom brought to us a bunch of consolidated data on what different things, cost, what you should expect to spend on all the different pieces of it. And that was amazing information, because who's going to have that data at their fingertips unless you're in this business? So I would say that, and the other thing is managing relationships. We would have absolutely been out of our field in trying to be the quarterback for the internet provider, the installers, the different consultants that had to come together and make one thing, technology, work, because it's a whole bunch of different parts that has to feel like one thing. So RealtyCom gave us 110% effort on all of that, I mean, they really helped us through a lot of our own need to understand things, and I'm convinced that we could not have done this without them. Long term, what we're learning here and what we would want to carry forward to other apartment developments is that managed Wi-Fi works well, first of all. And I would say that's the direction where things are going. People expect a lot from technology, and there's a bunch of little things that have to be managed appropriately in order for the outcome to be a success. And if anything, I would say that was where RealtyCom really shined, because they were able to help us, and they knew what questions to be asking. They knew when to push and when not to push on certain things. And, you know, I would say you just can't shortcut all of the coordination that is needed for the hardware and the software to come together in one solution for the residents to be able to use.